Leadership.
Where's Chris? Who should he go with?
What?
Oh. I don't know.
Who's Chris?
Who's with Chris? I'll get to that later.
All right, so we said we'd be bringing you along with us through all our decisions. We realized that we put out a couple of videos and we're not really telling you what's up. So we want to catch you up. We've got our truck. We've been through, reviewed a couple of different units and trying to decide what to get, what we can pull, what this, that, and another. Well, we thought long and hard and walked through, and
We're gonna do it. We're gonna order one.
we believe. We'll let you know. Not until it's done will we, I don't want to.
I'm so excited.
Well, we found this one in Arkansas, and it's a 44 Houston. 44 Houston. We like the price. It's an excellent price. Already has a generator in it, a 5500. I believe we need larger than that because it has 3 ACs. If you want to run all 3 ACs, you need a bigger one.
At least a 6500?
Well, I was actually talking to Battleborn today, and they sent me a quote to do it all. Well, you know what I'm saying?
Lord.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
We have a price point though,
Yeah, but they actually gave me a good deal, so we'll see about that. Anyway, we have a local guy here, Jason, at Bishop RV here in Corpus Christi. Matter of fact, it is DRV royalty. One of the original owners of that RV dealership went on to start DRV as a company and build DRVs. So obviously, and they had the first unit there of DRV. Now, to see this, it's not.
They still carry DRVs.
They do, but wouldn't you say it's a humble dealership?
Yeah, they usually only have 2 parked in the front of the parking lot. I never would have known that.
But you'd be hard pressed to find someone more knowledgeable than Jason. Okay, he really is. When he talks, I'm listening, trying to pick up. What did Kyle say? I'm ear hustling you.
It's the payload you run out of. So we're talking about 4,800 pound payload. If you pull this with an F350, F450, and put it yourself in a couple bags, you're over payload.
Well, that's why I heard you. So I'm not. I was ear hustling, but I was like, wait a minute, payload capacity. I'm going. Wait a minute.
One of those.
San Antonio RV show, part 2. Kyle was in there, DRV rep, by the way. Anyway, so we were there. We were visiting one of the units that Jason had out front. Oh, that was a 40K
RS4
or something. There's been so many units. You can
living room in the back.
Same thing. Anyway, so found this one. He said, I'm not going to be beaten. We're DRV royalty here. I'm not going to be beat on price. So he said, I can build you the same unit, but this one here is a 2020. He said, I can build you the same unit and it'll be a 21. And the only more expensive it will be.
It's about $5 grand more. So we're going to see, and we're going to put them to the test.
Yes. So they sent us the build sheet today. This is where you get in trouble.
I'm sure you're showing a close-up of every one of these things.
So this one is mobile suites, and this one is elite suites. Now Jason told us our little sneak attack is not to get elite suites if you don't need the bragging name, and you just pick out of the elite suites what you want to add to your mobile suites. So we're looking at that.
Flooring options, some of the kitchen tabletops.
Yeah, you like the floor, you like the cabinets, you like the...
Yeah, we'll probably have an elite suite by the time we're done.
Like we say, it's these order sheets.
On a budget. We're trying to hit about 130, 145, somewhere in that range.
Yeah, this one in Arizona Two is with the options built out at $202,000. They quoted me, they got it listed for $144,900. This is the lowest I found in the country. Especially it already has washer and dryer, an inverter of 2,800 watts, and a generator of 5,500, Owen 5,500. And they quoted me $139,500. That's a steal. DRV, 2020 DRV Houston.
So we're gonna see if we cannot beat the price, but come in within $5,000 of it.
Plus whatever options so that we choose beyond that. And that's what we're saying can get you in trouble. Otherwise you go and you pick one out, no, we love it, and you don't think about it. But when you go to order it, oh, do I want this? No, I want that. No, I want that. Oh, and then it's like building a house. All of a sudden you can just...
So we're about to go down this road.
Go nutso. We're going to try to watch ourselves. Well, but while if they're going to build us a unit, I got on the phone with Battle-Born Batteries. Aaron over there, he sent me a quote, and boy, they gave us a good deal. I have to show that to you.
Okay.
I don't know if you know anything about Battle-Born Batteries, but they're lithium-ion 100 amp hour. They're about $1,000 a piece. So on Amazon, I think you can get them for what, $9.50?
Okay.
Yeah, he's giving them to me for $8 something.
Whoa.
But that's for 6 of them. We'll talk about that later. But on a 50 amp unit, I don't want to go too into detail. This could be a whole nother video, but just for a quick catch up, what they've told me on a 50 amp RV.
Okay.
All right, we have 3 ACs on this unit. You have 2 legs of power.
Okay.
People have both legs on one inverter. Battle-Born suggests you have a 3,000 per leg. And then you have 100 amp battery per 1,000 watts of inverter. So that's three batteries on each leg.
How much that increase the bill, like when you start messing with the electrical components and things? We'll see. It'll be good.
Well, and then the other thing is what inverter, because what I have to talk with you about is it's nice to know your power, what's going on with your power. Well, Voltron, they have battery monitoring systems and things that you get theirs, it'll alert you.
Okay.
You can see what's going on. In other words, the dogs are in the RV, we're away, it's hot, I can check and make sure the power's on. Matter of fact, if we lose power, it's going to boot right up off those batteries.
Okay.
You know, it can control all that. Anyway, so we're going to look into that because Battle-Born sells a Voltron. I hope I'm saying that correct. Voltron starts with a V. So there's a controller of it. It's the inverter, which has a converter, all that. Anyway, we can order it. They'll send it to DRV while they're building it. He said they will even talk them through it, how to do it, make sure that they install that correct. I just think running those lines and installing those batteries and the inverters and all,
From the get-go, yeah.
as it's being built, man, yeah, much better than after fact. So, and then that's set up for solar.
Well, so besides this build sheet, you need to add, oh, I guess it has a line here for other things that we're going to add.
Yeah, Jason was helping us with some other things too. Like if you're not getting elite suites, DRV has mobile suites, elite suites, and full house, by the way. Elite suites have full paint job and a fiberglass cap on the roof. So I don't know how much that costs. We'll see that as an option. But otherwise they have a solid one-piece rubber roof. Period. Kind of comes down to how pretty it is up there, I think. I don't know. There should be some other advantages though, I'm sure. Anyway, this one is really decked out and we'll see if he can do it.
You're talking about decked out, the one that's in Arkansas, the DRV that is built.
We're talking, you know, this is 44 feet. This is a tri-axle, which is a misnomer. 3 8,000-pound axles, because there's no axles at all. It's more ride, independent suspension.
Right.
Yes. I think that's standard. You could opt it out if you want to save money and go with Dexter axles. We want that all day long. Their full house, the LX 455, it does not come standard, the independent suspension. But this one has all kind of upgrades. What are upgrades? Well, I don't know if you know this, but you want a heat pump. I say you want a heat pump. Your heat runs off of your propane. Well, you got everything running off your propane, it's going to use up your propane. Two things, propane's expensive and it's a pain in the butt to fill up, right? And if it runs out, oh crap, we don't have any heat. Why do you think all the people in RVs have these space heaters? Because they don't use their propane.
It could cost a fortune.
Yeah.
For a space heater.
So it comes standard with one heat pump. That means you can run the heat off the shore power, off the electricity of the RV park, or off your batteries or generator, right? Yeah. Still learning this stuff with you, like we said. But this one has the option that has a second heat pump on the second. So I think some people might have one heat pump and it's like in the living room area, so they got a space heater in their bedroom while they're sleeping. So this I have one in the bedroom and one in the living room to be able to run off shore power heat. It's okay. Power core reel. What else does this thing have?
Double sinks in the kitchen. I mean, not in the kitchen, in the bathroom. There's just a lot of bathrooms that I've seen, even in all of the different DRVs, where you rarely get double sinks in the bathroom, and that's really hard to give up. I've looked at other models of DRV, and the only one I would go with is a Santa Fe model, if they could put a half bath in the pantry. I just don't think they could do that.
There are some that like the, what's wonderful about it is it actually has the room for two. I'll show y'all some pictures. It has room for two sinks in there. But some people would prefer the single sink because they say you get a little bit bigger of a sink and then there's more flat surface area. Remember, in June we're going to be moving into this thing, and you're going to be there with us. We're going to be trying to get rid of all our stuff, organize what's going to go in the RV. I'm going to park that thing right out front, and you're going to watch that happen.
The neighbors are going to love us.
Oh yeah, well, they're going to love it. Dang, it's a beautiful unit sitting out there. That's what they're going to think. But we're excited. So why did we decide on DRV? I mean, I thought we were all Mr. and Miss Riverstone. I still like the Riverstone. If you need a lighter unit, yes. But when first we're looking at the RBFL, and that's the front living room. Love that, but then realized there was no closet in the master bedroom.
And you're still talking about a Riverstone. RBFL, Riverstone.
I'm sorry, Riverstone RBFL.
Okay.
Legacy package, because we
right. There's no closet.
Why legacy package? Well, the hydraulic disc brakes. Stopping is important, guys. Make sure, no matter what you get, please make sure. And if you already got one, go out there and look at it. If it's not at least a G-rated, should be an H-rated tire. And if you don't have hydraulic disc brakes, and you're up near 19, 20,000 pounds or something, go get that changed immediately.
Yeah.
It matters, okay? And if it's not a decent suspension, watch my MORRIDE video. Austin shows you how you can upgrade for hundreds. You get inches of travel for just $400.
Wow.
Yeah, it's amazing. Anyway, back on the subject, when we were looking, so we started to settle on the RKFB, front bedroom. Rear kitchen, front bedroom. Really liked it, liked the layout, bath and a half, had the washer and dryer and a half bath. Everything was beautiful. But when you look in it and around it, no storage. There's no storage.
No cabinets.
No.
Yeah.
There's no cabinets. I mean, in the kitchen, but in a DRV, there's cabinets wherever you sit. On every wall, there are cabinets lining the whole unit.
Yeah.
It does not miss. That's one of the reasons they're kind of heavy. But
And it has
all
a big
that's
closet
wood.
in the Houston. Because somebody has a lot of clothes.
I know she does. I have a lot of shoes.
I've never seen someone with such a shoe fetish in my life.
Well, it's got to be a fetish just because you got to coordinate.
I'm going to take a picture of your shoes.
My shoes. Why is this a pick on shame day?
It's not pick on shame day.
So anyway, we'll see if Jason can really do this, if he can really match this. Otherwise, I'm going up to Arkansas to pick up this unit.
Yeah. I really have belief in him, though. He said he could do it.
He's been doing this 30 years, and no one knows the RV better than he does. Except for the people that make it, obviously, maybe. But that, and with the Battleborn, I mean, we're talking Voltron, like, I have to read it all to you. I'm still learning it. But like, battery management system, you know, it'll shut it off. We can set it when, how low the batteries get before the generator are cut on and start charging those. We get just a whole power.
So Voltron is different than Battleborn? It's two separate systems.
Battleborn makes the lithium batteries.
And then Voltron is the actual app on your phone and something that helps you
inverters,
look at
inverters and converters in the same thing. Battery management system has different switches, has different. Think of it controlling your whole power. Okay. Which is awesome, and all the other little gadgets you need. You know, everything needs extra stuff, right? So all that's in there. And when you want to run AC off of batteries, you need, see, when AC start, baby, they kick on hard.
Right.
So it's called a soft start. So that's in that quote too, where they have the soft start. So they'll go. It'll start up easy and not pull a big draw on your system.
That was cute. Can you do that again?
I don't know. So we'll see about that. And then we'll see if they'll work with them. In other words, will DRV work with Battleborn sells the Voltron stuff to go with this thing. He's giving me a good price on everything. I'm saving, I don't know.
A lot of money. $200 per battery?
No.
Ish?
No.
No. Okay.
But I'm saving $75 a battery, and it's 6 batteries, and then I'm saving 100 and something off each inverter.
That's
and I'm, you know, so it adds up. But will they already said they will, and I'm sure they would love to. They'll mail the stuff to the DRV factory where they're building it, and walk them through installing our power system.
That's amazing.
So how much is that? Here's a $9,100. That's all.
For the low price.
Today's low price, $9,100. Anyway, we're going to keep you up to date on that. So we're excited. They sent me the build sheet, these, and I sent them the
already built.
So I sent them the build sheet of the one in there, like, so we can go line by line. You said you could match it with a 21 plus about $5,000. So one thing we didn't tell you is when we were in that unit at Bishop RV, and he said that he could match the one in Arkansas, Bethany said to him, listen, we're going to need to film this. Is that okay?
The build of the RV. I just wanted to go through that process with you guys, because we said, you know, we try to get everything filmed. And what did he say?
He said, sure, okay,
yeah,
fine. Well, when we got there, I had the tripod and, you know, the whole interview tape set up. I was expecting them to welcome us and bring us to sit down at the table. I already knew the layout, that there was a table right there in the middle of the showroom, I guess. I kind of thought we'd be there. I said, hey, we're going to set up here. You know, is this where we're going to do the paperwork? Well, he just kind of stood there and said, well, this is going to take hours and hours and hours. And I said, really? It takes a long time? He literally said hours and hours and hours. And then...
well, we can't film this, basically.
Well, first of all, yeah, I'm sorry. He said, we can't, nah, what you got here? And it was just, you know, no.
We gave him like a 30-minute heads up, too, before we even came over. We said, look, we're on our way over. We're ready to do this ordering. I never really get a day off because I work a lot. And, you know, we gave him a heads up, and we got there, and he just acted surprised.
It just wasn't right, okay? Can we say that? When we got there, it wasn't like, again, I understand someone maybe doesn't want to be filmed or whatever, and especially in the selling process, it might reveal their tactics or something. But it's just that he didn't have a problem with it, and all of a sudden he did. And he didn't come to me heart to heart like, hey, listen, I know I said I could do this, but I got to thinking about it, and I'd rather not if you don't mind. And I would have been fine, okay. But we really, I've never seen someone order a brand new RV, so we were going to film that so we could share it with you. Long and short, though, it just wasn't right.
Something, and we do believe in this a lot, if it's not leading you to the right path, you usually can feel it.
You can feel it, yeah. There's a resistance there, And when it's right, my father says it's easy. But what he didn't mean it's easy, like you don't have to do your part, but things fall into place. And there's a flow. So I like that word flow. Things flow. But we thought they were kind of flowing, and then it hit a wall. So we had a daughter, as you may know, in New York City going to art school. So she called us and we were talking, and we wanted to get her out of there before maybe it got locked down. New York's an island, New York City. So we brought her home. Well, that just reminded us that, that even though they're getting older and going out on their own, they always will come home. We're going to have them, and we need a space for them.
So we started looking at the LX 455 again.
Again, because the truth is, when we first started looking at RVs, I went and saw a DRV. It wasn't a Toyota, but then we went straight into a LX 455.
Because of the insulation.
This is the 455. This is the one you asked me about.
Yeah. And what do you think about these stairs versus the solid?
They're just as good. I mean, it's just that those are just new. So, the 4-ride steps. What they're called.
Does the 4-ride make those other steps?
Yes.
But these just flip steps, right?
Yep.
So.
Yep. Yep. And then one
Oh, 3 times. Still, I did it with my left hand.
That's nice. That was very easy.
And you're going to set it down once per trip.
There's the awning. Wow. Oh boy. It has a little give when you.
Leather.
Ooh.
Yeah, I am not a fan of this wood.
I like
But we got to look at the layout, baby.
This
You
is
can get it
actually
any
nicer.
kind of wood you want.
Some of them cut so hard. I guess the kitchen is right there. Like there's a 2-seater, and then you don't end up with as much couch.
Yeah, but it's like
This is not too bad.
it's like being at the front row all the way.
I don't know, because they got rid
to
of
the
the
left of the
2-seater.
movie theater.
kind of one of those deals. I don't think the TV comes out.
See, if that was on a swing arm and you could just kind of go.
Ah.
Well, we could put a swing on.
Right,
Yeah, you
that
could.
would fix it right there. 'Cause
I mean, that's
look,
easy.
you just kind of pull it out. I mean, it come into the kitchen a little bit when you did that, but who cares? Let's see.
Then you fix the whole issue,
and turn
really.
it down a little bit because it's kind of high.
Yeah, a $10 swing on the 55.
There you go.
And then you dig it right on. I mean, maybe I'm just.
Oh, this is nice.
These are the things I'm talking about, Eddie. Most people don't. They use these like once or twice in their life, and they remove them and add other stuff like dropping desks and stuff like that. But see, our
This
kids
is
would
much
use
better. Okay.
Halen and John, they drop these. This turns into a bed Grace can sleep on too, but also these drop down. So they're sitting here in nice couches doing their art, drawing. They go to the bathroom right here. They got their own TV right here.
That is so cool.
Gracie's laying up in the bed up here watching TV while they're sitting down drawing.
Yeah.
Now they're gone. We got 2 Vespas in here while we're riding. We get there, we unload them, put this up.
This
drop
has
down
its own AC system for the
There
back.
should be 3, right, Eddie?
Yes. 3.
Wow. That's nice. And then the bed up there, yeah. That'll come down.
This has got to have that.
How pretty is this, though? That's long.
After all that happened, Bethany and I were sitting in the bed like we do before we go to sleep, and you converse with your spouse, and we were just kind of scrolling and said, you know, what's going on? We had that conversation about what had happened and what our plans were. And we both came to the conclusion to start looking at LX 455 again. That's DRV, toy hauler, with the extra half bath in the garage. I did. I got on the phone. It was actually early at night. It was like 7 o'clock. I got on the phone to Dallas, and Dave answered the phone. He's the sales manager there. He was the only one there. And I said, listen, you got an LX 455 there that has the light cabinets like my wife likes, and it has the pretty blue on the outside like I like. He said, okay, well, what do you want to know about it? I said, well, can you help on the price? He said, okay, it's 144, I think it was set at, 144. I said, can you do about 120? He said, I can do better than that. So he's going to give it to us for 115.
Well, that pays for the extra additions that we'll have to put on it.
Yes, we've got to add some stuff to it.
Yeah.
There. But the base is cool. The core is great. It's pretty colors, and it, you know, has the 3 ACs and everything you need. Now, we are still planning to do the electrical system with the Battleborn and Victron.
Not Voltron.
I am Voltron. I think it was a cartoon in the 80s or something.
Yeah, maybe.
Anyway, so talking to him, we said, all right, we put a deposit on it. So as you know, we're in Corpus, so we're looking at going to Dallas to get this thing. I'm going to talk to him some more tomorrow, talk about the upgrades we're looking
It
at.
all continues to work out. I was so excited, then deflated, now excited again. I mean, it will eventually happen. We've been planning for this for a long time. We've got the money, got the financing. We just need to just talk to this guy, make sure he can get the additions we want on it, because one of my friends pointed out that it only had a 12-gallon water tank.
Oops.
Heater.
Yeah, we were looking at the Houstons, and that the Truma would seem to be standard in those things.
Yeah.
But not the LX 455. So that's one thing they're going to upgrade to the Truma. Now, I don't know if you know much about it, but that's the instant water heater. They've got 3 levels: base, comfort, and then the other one.
Ultra.
I don't know, I'll put it out of my mind because you can't add it after the fact. So we're getting the comfort.
That'll be good.
So that's to let you know that's about $1,800 to do.
And then the camera system, so you
Then
can
we're going to
see
get the
around.
4 camera systems, which is the backup camera and then the side cameras. And that gives you the monitor inside. You can back up and all that, but you bring that also inside your RV, and it becomes your security system. So you can watch outside, see what kind of bears coming to eat you or whatever.
And the 3rd edition?
It only has 1 heat pump, so we're looking at adding an additional heat pump.
I can live without the extra heat pump for now. I mean, if, you know, money is an issue, but I don't think that it will be with the good deal that you got.
Well, we'll see how much that is. But the water, the heat pump,
camera system, and
camera
the heat pump.
system, and the washer and
dryer.
Now, those washer and dryers are more expensive than we thought. That's $2,300 to get.
But that includes the install, and they have to
vent
it and everything.
And that's the stackable. Listen, I don't know if you've noticed, but gas prices just fell, right?
They dropped.
Well, I don't know. You remember the housing boom? I'm kind of a simple man. We went to look at houses. I'm like, these houses prices have gone up too quick.
But when we were going to look at houses, I had just graduated nursing school, and you got to tell them what year it was. It was 2008, 2007. That was the year. We were in a huge inflation. House prices were at their highest. I was like, I'm not going to anesthesia school.
Well,
because he was dealing cards at the Imperial Palace, right? We were making good money.
We were doing okay.
I was okay. I was like, this is looking good.
But I had heard 2 things. Don't trust stocks that go up too fast. They won't hold. And treat the housing market like the stock market. And my brain simply put those 2 together and said, these boom too fast. This ain't gonna hold.
Yeah.
And we didn't buy, and we had a lot of people that lost, we know.
And it left us open to go back to anesthesia school, so.
Well, I'm not a seer or anything, but let me go back to this simple thought process. when you have deflation, interest rates go up.
So we're gonna see interest rates go
So
up.
you've seen, I don't know that, you know, hopefully this is just a couple week thing and it's business as usual. But right now, gas prices have dropped below $2 most places.
I haven't seen that since 2008. It was $1.85 a gallon here in South Texas.
Anyway, so where we're sitting, we're a little late on ordering because that's the other thing with ordering that unit. They said it could be 3 to 4 months. Well, 3 months is okay, but 4 months is not. That's going to put us past where we need to move into this thing.
So it's a
Number
good thing
one.
we didn't order it.
It was the Lord, let's be honest.
Yeah.
You know, we know it. He says, no, it's not. And then our daughter coming home, you know, we weren't going to have a unit that had a space for them to have their own space in our RV, and it's like, okay, I hear you, Lord. So that's where we are. We'll let you know, and we'll bring you along with us to look at this unit. Man, it's pretty though.
It is pretty.
But you don't have that big living room, you know. It's that angled TV.
Oh, Lord.
But
then you know you have a whole room in the back.
But again, like Bethany said, we hope you're staying safe out there. But guys, big news. This week we hit 100 subscribers.
Yeah.
So we're at like 104 now, I think. So I'm excited. It's modest, but we're growing. Thanks to you. Thank you so much. If you have subscribed, like again, we appreciate you. If you haven't, please hit that red subscribe button. That really helps us a lot, more than you know. If you're on your TV, kind of hit, like on an Amazon Fire Stick, hit the down button while you're watching this, go over to the 3 dots. That'll give you more options where you can go hit like and subscribe.
Cool, I didn't know that.
Yes.
Well, we'll keep you tuned.